Basically, in our practice, there are two types of injection techniques. One is local infiltration. ऐसे तो textbook में पढ़ोगे, there are three types of techniques: local infiltration, field block, and nerve blocks. Okay, but what we give as local infiltration, they are actually field blocks. But that is fine. We can call it local infiltration. Local infiltration क्या है? We are depositing the LA exactly over the side where we want to operate, right? जहाँ पे cut देना या tooth anesthetize करना है. So in local infiltration, we deposit the LA. In case of RCT or extraction, we deposit the local anesthesia exactly at the apex, over the bone at the apex of the tooth. Okay? और कोई soft tissue surgery है, तो we deposit the site at exactly at the surgical site, जहाँ पे soft tissue में deposit कर रहे हैं. Okay? So that is one. And how to make sure that local infiltration is painless. Many of the even senior MDS, I've seen them depositing the LA in attached gingiva. Now this attached gingiva is tightly attached to the bone. इसीलिए नाम है attached gingiva. So there's no space to deposit the local anesthesia, right? So अब space नहीं है, you're forcing the LA solution. Patient को pain होगा because that solution is pushing the soft tissue from the bone. It is tearing the periosteum. So it is very painful to the patient. So what you're supposed to do is, this is the attached gingiva, this is the free mucosa, okay? This is the mucogingival junction. So you are supposed to deposit the LA solution 5 mm above the mucogingival junction at the apex of the tooth. This is a video. So you can see, this is the mucogingival junction. So इसके 5 mm above ऊपर करना है, because that is a free mucosa, and वहाँ पे we already have some space to deposit the local anesthesia solution. Okay? So I'm showing this is the mucogingival junction, and 5 mm above the mucogingival junction, we are supposed to deposit the LA solution. Okay? So try to keep the needle as parallel to the long axis of the tooth that is being operated on. In this case, we are extracting the 1-2 lateral incisor. Okay? I don't follow the exact technique that is keeping it parallel. I keep it at an angulation of 10 to 15 degrees, so that when I advance a needle, I am in contact with the bone, and then I deposit the LA solution. Okay? So this was local infiltration. And in maxilla, most of the time, local infiltration is more than enough. Okay? When do we want a nerve block? Where we want to operate on a larger area, or आपको RCT करना है in a larger area, that is 3 or 4 teeth. Okay? Whenever you need to, oh, I forgot to mention this, in local infiltration, the amount of local anesthesia solution to be deposited is 0.5 to 0.6 ml. Okay? So that was local infiltration. Second is nerve blocks. These are preferred where you want to give, where you want to operate in a larger area. Okay? So before we talk about maxillary nerve blocks, I want to talk about some anatomy first. Okay? This is mucogingival junction. I'm sure आप सबको पता होगा. Just in case किसी को नहीं पता है इसलिए. So this is the attached mucosa. Okay? This is the free mucosa. That is buccal mucosa. Okay? So this transition phase, that is, this phase is called as mucobuccal fold. This is the attached mucosa and buccal mucosa. So उसके बीच में जो ये U shape है, that is the mucobuccal fold. Okay? This comes into play in many of the nerve blocks as a landmark. Okay? तो आपको पता होना चाहिए mucobuccal fold क्या होता है. In this case, this area is the mucobuccal fold. Okay? What is this? Maxilla. ठीक है? This is the maxilla. What is this? ये. This is the zygomatic process of the maxilla, and this is the zygomatic bone. Okay? So there's a suture between the zygomatic bone and the zygomatic process of the maxilla. This is a process, extension coming out of the maxilla. So this is the zygomatic process of the maxilla. Okay? So let's go back. This is the maxillary nerve, and it is giving out 2 branches here. I'm going to show you only the relevant anatomy, jaldi. Okay? So maxillary nerve is giving out infraorbital nerve and PSA nerve. Now, इसमें animation बनाते वक्त I made a mistake. I'll show you the actual anatomy कैसा होता है. Okay. So basically, maxillary nerve is inside the pterygomaxillary fossa, and it gives out a branch that is PSA that goes laterally and enters the maxilla, the posterior surface of the maxilla. Okay. So it comes a little laterally and then enters the maxilla. Okay. यहीं से it goes into the branch that is infraorbital nerve. It goes into the floor of the orbit and comes out through this as terminal branches that are inferior palpebral, superior labial, and lateral nasal. Okay? So ये सारी चीजें काम में आएंगी. Another thing, can you see this is the orbit and this is the pterygomaxillary fossa. Okay, so somehow if we are going through the bone and reaching this side, there is a possibility that our needle might get deflected and reach the orbit. Okay, again this comes into play in other nerve blocks. So palatal nerves, you can see these are the nasopalatine nerve and this is the greater palatine nerve. Nasopalatine nerve comes out of the incisive foramen, okay, and greater palatine nerves comes out of the greater palatine foramen. Now incisive foramen is located just below the incisive papilla on the palate, that is the anterior palate, and you can see the nerve that is extending from canine to canine. So this nerve supplies bilaterally from canine to canine the anterior palate, okay, the soft tissue overlying that anterior palate and the bone that is in the anterior palate. Whereas greater palatine supplies the posterior portion of the palate from the molars to the first premolar. Okay, again it supplies the overlying soft tissue, that is the mucosa and the periosteum and the bone, the palatal bone. Okay, and this foramen, let me show you the image. This foramen is located at the, can you see the alveolar bone and the palatal bone? इनका जो junction है, at this site, it is present at the junction of the alveolar bone and the palatal bone. Around the, this is the most common position. सब में नहीं होगा, but this is the most common position at the junction and distal to the second molar. Okay. Again, ये सारी चीजें आपको blocks में काम आएंगी, इसलिए दिखा रहा हूँ. So these are the nerves. Then we have the infraorbital nerve, जो मैंने दिखाई थी. It enters the floor of the orbit through the infraorbital canal, and it travels through the infraorbital canal and comes out through this foramen, that is the infraorbital foramen. And the terminal branches of this infraorbital nerve is, tell me the names. Inferior palpebral, it supplies the lower eyelid, क्योंकि ये ऊपर जा रहा है soft tissue में. Then superior labial, it supplies the upper lip on one side and the labial mucosa, labial gingiva and the periosteum. And lateral portion of the nose is supplied by lateral nasal nerve. Okay. So another thing that you need to remember, just close to maxillary nerve, we have the maxillary artery, and behind that side we have the pterygoid plexus of the veins. Again, pterygoid plexus इतना छोटा नहीं होता है, जल्दी जल्दी में बना है इसलिए. Ideally, it is quite large. Okay, it looks like this. So the significance is, if we are trying to give PSA nerve block or maxillary nerve block via the high tuberosity approach, we might puncture the maxillary artery or pterygoid plexus of the veins, leading to a hematoma. Okay. So let's change the angle. So now we're going to see inside. So can you see this blue circular thing? This is the maxillary sinus. Now, maxillary nerve, so we have this nerve coming in and entering the maxilla through the posterior wall of the maxilla and entering at the posterior wall of the maxillary sinus, and it comes down and supplies the molars. Okay. So this is the posterior superior alveolar nerve. It is at the posterior surface of the maxillary sinus. Okay. So another thing you need to see is the mesiobuccal root of the first molar. Can you see it is getting supply from this nerve also and this nerve also. Okay. Now it is not always the case कि दोनों nerve से हो. कभी कभी होता है कि it is it gets the supply from one root or the other root or both also. Okay. कोई भी permutation combination हो सकता है. Anatomy is not perfect, not absolute. Changes होते हैं. Okay. Now that was PSA nerve. And this nerve, now medial superior alveolar nerve, it branches out from the infraorbital nerve in the infraorbital canal. Okay. And it travels the medial wall of the maxillary sinus. अंदर की तरफ से आता है. And it comes down and supplies the two premolars, pulpal anesthesia. And in 28% of the cases, the mesiobuccal root of the first molar. Okay. This. So this was the MSA, middle superior alveolar. Now then we have another nerve that is traveling the anterior wall of the maxillary sinus. And then it supplies the three anterior teeth, that is lateral, central and canine. Okay. दिख रहा है सबको? आपको, are you able to visualize this? You can change the seat, please. Okay. So remember this. PSA travels the posterior wall of the maxillary sinus. MSA travels the medial wall of the maxillary sinus, and ASA travels the anterior wall of the maxillary sinus. As the name suggests, उस हिसाब से उनका ट्रैवलिंग पाथ है. ओके, एंड इफ यू सी द डायग्राम्स इन योर टेक्स्ट बुक्स ऐसा रहता है. दिस इज द PSA, this is the MSA, and this is the ASA. Okay, and these two branches are let's go back. These two branches are coming from the infraorbital nerve, and the terminal branches of infraorbital nerve are inferior palpebral, superior labial, and lateral nasal. Okay, so another thing you need to remember is just lateral to the site where the PSA enters the posterior wall of the maxilla, just lateral to the tuberosity, we have the mandibular nerve that comes out of the foramen ovale and comes down. Okay, so दोनों एंगुलेशन में देख लो कैसा दिख रहा है. ये जितनी चीजें बता रहा हूँ, these are going to come into play in the actual nerve block technique and the complications. So we have the mandibular nerve block here. So now we are done with the basic anatomy part, that is the relevant anatomy. We're going to start with the PSA nerve, or not PSA. First, these are the blocks that can be given. There are many more blocks apart from these ones, okay? But these are the ones जो आपके लिए sufficient and these are the most commonly used blocks. So intraoral approaches में we have the posterior superior alveolar nerve block, infraorbital nerve block, nasopalatine, maxillary. अगर आपको ये 4 blocks भी आते हैं, this is more than enough for you guys. But if you want to learn more, then we have the maxillary nerve block. उसमें भी there are 2 approaches, high tuberosity and greater palatine approach. And in extraoral approaches, I'm going to talk about these quite shortly, but there will be some slides there. Extraoral mein we have the maxillary nerve block. This may we go through and through the sigmoid notch here, as it. Okay, and infraorbital we just insert the needle from here. I'll show you the slides and images. So we'll start with the posterior superior alveolar nerve block. ये तो diagram देख लिया. We have the PSA that is entering the maxilla from the posterior surface of the maxilla, and laterally we have the mandibular nerve. Okay, now it is not desirable by most of the dentists कि वो transbuccal ऐसे in needle insert करे. There are many structures that come in between. If you follow the intraoral approach, you bypass these structures. Okay, so mouth opening तो इतना ही है, oral cavity, so we can insert the needle straight like this. But the problem here is if we follow this technique, the needle tip is not close to the PSA nerve, but it is close to the mandibular nerve. Okay, so this is, if we follow only this, that we are directing the needle just straight backwards, we will see a complication called as mandibular anesthesia. Okay, so rectify that, we can do this, we can change the angulation. We can keep it more medially, 45 degrees. Okay, but the problem is needle is very thin. Once you have inserted the needle inside the soft tissue, you can't change the direction. Direction change करेंगे, you are making the needle prone to fracture, needle fracture, क्योंकि उस पर stress आ रहा है tissue की वजह से. Okay, so you don't change the direction midway. What you're going to do is you're going to insert the needle in this angulation from the very start. Okay, like this. So now once you follow that direction, the needle is away from the mandibular nerve and it is closer to the PSA nerve. Okay, now let's see the lateral view. The same thing, just from the lateral view. Can you see this? Now, if you see this, this is at a 45-degree angulation, upward, inward, and backward. Okay, if you see, it is going inward also, it is going upward also, and if you view from this, it is going backward also. जबकि motion एक ही दिया है मैंने, right? So it is upward, inward, backward movement in one single motion. Simultaneously तीनों करना. ऐसा नहीं करना. You went upward, then you change the direction. You are making the needle prone to a needle fracture. वो नहीं करना है. Okay? Remember this. This is very important. So what are the nerve anesthetized in PSA nerve block, posterior superior alveolar nerve block? PSA nerve. Common sense. Okay? And what are the areas anesthetized? So another thing I want you guys to know is, before this PSA nerve enters the posterior wall of the maxilla, it gives out very small branches to the buccal soft tissue in the molar region. Okay? So PSA nerve also supplies the buccal soft tissue and the periosteum overlying the bone in the molar region. Okay? So what are the areas anesthetized? The 3 molars, right? Pulpal anesthesia, the bone that is around these 3 molars, and the buccal soft tissue. Okay? So this is how we represent that essay. And this yellow is not that dark like this. दिख रहा है? Mesobuccal root is not that dark yellow. So this shows that in 28% of the cases, this might not be anesthetized because of the presence of MSA nerve. Okay? So these are the areas anesthetized: pulse of maxillary, second, third, and first molar. And in 72% of the cases, it is successful, whereas and 28% because of the MSA nerve, it is going to be a failure. And then buccal periodontium. So ये सारी चीजें आपको easily आ जाएंगी if you understand the anatomy part. Okay. Then what are the indications of a nerve block? A larger area, larger surgical area or larger operative area. Okay. So when the treatment involves 2 or more maxillary molars and local infiltration is contraindicated. जहाँ पे भी local infiltration is contraindicated, कहाँ पे होगा? Where there is increased pH, and increased pH is seen in inflammation or infection. वहाँ पे because of the not increased acidic pH, decreased pH. So because of the acidic pH, we can't deposit the LA there. It won't act. So we want to deposit the LA. Let's go to the images. So suppose there's an infection here. If we deposit the LA here, it won't work. But you don't have any infection here, right? So you can deposit the LA solution here and this will be blocked automatically, right? So whenever local infiltration is contraindicated, you can go for a nerve block. And remember, ये सारी चीजें, ये सारे nerve blocks में commonly repeat होने वाली है. The contraindication when there is risk of hematoma. अभी मैंने बताया था diagrams में that we have near the site of PSA, we have the maxillary artery, we have the pterygoid plexus of veins. Okay, so in a normal individual, if you puncture these blood vessels, you will see hematoma. That is fine, but within a few hours or within a few minutes, it will stop increasing in size, and within a few days, 7 to 10 days, it resolves automatically. But in cases of patients who have bleeding disorders or the patient who is on anticoagulant therapy, the clot is not going to form. So that hematoma is going to keep on increasing in size. Okay, and laterally we have the bone. So wo jo swelling aayegi, it will be seen intraorally, and that is going to cause obstruction of the airway, and that is going to be life-threatening to the patient. Another thing, bleeding disorder and anticoagulant therapy. Apart from that, one more condition in which this hematoma can be life-threatening is liver diseases. Okay, in liver diseases, for example, liver cirrhosis or hepatitis, liver basically it is a factory for vitamin K derived clotting factors. Okay, so if the liver is not working fine, so we don't have those vitamin K derived clotting factors. Okay, 2, 7, 9, 10. So if you don't have those clotting factors, so again clot formation nahi hoga, the hematoma is going to increase in size indefinitely and it might endanger the patient's life. Okay, so in such cases where the risk of hemorrhage is more, you're not going to give a PSA nerve block. Same goes for maxillary nerve block by high tuberosity approach. Okay, so what are the alternatives of PSA nerve block? If you are operating on a very small area, then you can go for a local infiltration. And in cases where PSA is not working and you want to operate on a larger area, then you can go for maxillary nerve block. Okay. So what is the technique for PSA nerve block? The technique you can use the ideal gauge, 27 gauge is the ideal preferred, but you can use 25 gauge needle also. Okay. Then area of insertion, height of mucobuccal fold above the maxillary second molar. So can you see this? This is the second molar. At the height of the second molar, at the height of the mucobuccal fold, I inserted the needle. This is the site of insertion. Okay. And what is the target area? Where do we want to deposit the LA solution? We want to deposit the LA solution at the PSA now before it enters the posterior wall of the maxilla. Okay. So target area is PSA now at the posterior surface of the maxilla. Okay. So this is your target area, target site, posterior wall of the maxilla. And what are the landmarks? Now, before I talk about the landmarks of PSA per se, you should understand what a landmark is in a nerve block. Before that, common English में landmark का क्या मतलब होगा? अगर कोई एड्रेस बता रहा है आपको लैंडमार्क बताएगा, उससे क्या फायदा होगा लैंडमार्क बताने से? It is easier for you to navigate the area, right? So if you want to go to PVR mall, Celebration mall, आप किसी को भी बताओगे यहाँ से हाईवे से स्ट्रेट जाओ, प्रताप नगर चौराहा आएगा, वहाँ से राइट ले लो, एंड देन जो भी बड़ा सर्कल आएगा वहाँ से लेफ्ट ले लो, you'll reach the Celebration mall. So in this case we have two landmarks, that is प्रताप नगर चौराहा and that circle, मैं नाम भूल गया हूँ सर्कल का, हाँ, okay. So it is easier for you to navigate the area with the landmarks and you can reach the final position. In this, we have the final position, which is this PSA now at the posterior surface of the maxilla. Okay. So how are we going to use some landmarks to reach that position? So in this, Landmarks are mucobuccal fold because we are going to insert the needle in that area. We have the maxillary tuberosity because we are going to go behind the maxillary tuberosity and zygomatic process of the maxilla, and यहाँ पे एक चीज नहीं है, that is the second molar. Okay, because we insert the needle at the depth of the mucobuccal fold in the second molar region. ठीक है, इसमें याद रखो this point that we are inserting the needle at the depth of the second molar in the mucobuccal fold. Okay, and zygomatic process of the maxilla. The reason we don't insert the needle, let me go back. The reason we don't insert the needle at the apex of at the depth of the mucobuccal fold in the first molar region is because we have the zygomatic process of the maxilla. Because यहाँ पे insert करेंगे इससे रुक जाएगा. So यहाँ पे जब insert करेंगे will go uninterrupted. Okay, there won't be any hindrance. So let's go back. So again, this is the mucobuccal fold, zygomatic buttress, maxillary tuberosity. It is this area. We are going to go behind this, and we have the zygomatic process of the maxilla here. Okay. Now, what is the technique? Orientation of the bevel. It should always be towards the bone. If you're going to be in close contact with the bone or even in close proximity to the bone, try to keep the bevel towards the bone. Now, I'm going to talk about this orientation of the bevel in detail now. So, what is a bevel? Any idea? वो needle आगे से जो cut होती है. So, this is the syringe. Let's zoom in. This portion, this is the bevel of the bone, or bevel of the needle. Okay. So, there are multiple scenarios. Let's talk about all of them separately. Now, when we keep the bevel towards the bone, and suppose we have contacted the bone, क्या होगा? Because of this flat surface, it slides over the bone. Okay. So, patient को एकदम minimal pain रहेगा. Whereas, if we keep the bevel away from the bone, because of this sharp tip, it tears the periosteum. Okay, the periosteum is engulfing, it is all surrounding the bone. Okay, so it tears the periosteum, and periosteum is very, it is highly innervated. It has a high sensory innervation. So थोड़ा सा भी pain वहाँ पे होगा, patient को बहुत ज़्यादा pain feel होगा, with minimal injury also. So because of this tearing, there will be pain to the patient while inserting first. Now needle be, it's very small, very thin, right? So because of this contact, it gets bent. Okay, so this is called as barb. So we are causing the pain and then barbing of the needle. Now ये bend हो गई है. When we try to withdraw from the soft tissue, it is going to tear the soft tissue and come out. So while inserting the needle, patient को pain हुआ, and while withdrawing the needle, the patient has pain, right? So try to keep the bevel towards the bone. Okay, and the third condition is where the needle is approaching the bone at a perpendicular angle, a 90-degree angle. In this case, it doesn't matter आपका bevel क्या है, right? So this is why we need to keep the bevel towards the bone. Now coming back to the PSA technique, orientation of bevel अब समझ आ गया होगा, towards the bone. Then procedure, operator position should be for right 8 o'clock, left 10 o'clock. Let me see if we have the images. Yeah, this. But to be honest, I keep myself at a 9 o'clock position for both the sides. It is almost same, दोनों का मिला के. And the patient position is supine or semi-supine. Okay. Then technique. This is important. Now, try opening your mouth wide. बड़ा खोलो सब. Left right करके देखो. पूरा बड़ा खोल के left right. पूरा बड़ा खोल के नहीं कर पाओगे. When you open your mouth partially, then you can move your move your mandible left and right. So, what you're going to ask your patient is, first thing, can you see यहाँ पे when we try to insert the needle, this coronoid process, it might come in between. It might hinder the movement of the syringe. So, what we ask the patient to do is open the mouth partially and then deviate the mandible towards the site of the जहाँ पे हम LA दे रहे हैं. ठीक है? So this opens up the area for the free movement of the syringe. Okay. So partially open the mouth, pull the mandible to one side of the side of the injection, and again retract the soft tissue with the cheek. Try to avoid usage of your fingers while retracting the soft tissue, because we are inserting the needle at that site. There is a possibility patient हिल के आपकी needle आपको ही लग जाएगी, right? हमारे डिपार्टमेंट में हुआ है ऐसा कुछ. So again, pull the tissue taut. मैंने ये बताया हुआ, you have to keep the tissue taut, stretched well, and then insert the needle so that the patient has minimum discomfort. So pull the tissue taut and insert the needle at the depth of the mucobuccal fold at the second molar region, maxillary second molar region. So again, advance the needle in upward, inward, backward direction 45 degrees in one single motion, simultaneous motion. So again the same thing in one single motion. This is very important, yaad rakhna. So next, advance the needle slowly, upward, inward, backward. The amount of needle insertion, soft tissue में insert करने के बाद कितना needle soft tissue में होना चाहिए, that is 16 mm. And there should be no bone contact. अगर bone contact हो रहा है, you need to either take the syringe, the needle out and insert the needle at the correct position. And if the needle insertion is at the correct position, then you will have to redirect the syringe. But needle पूरा insert करने के बाद redirect नहीं करना है. Pull the needle out. Make sure that only the tip is inside the soft tissue and then redirect. Okay? And again, if bone contact is there, redirect the needle. So aspirate in two planes. Why do we want to aspirate in two planes? Okay, just remind me, अगर इसके बाद time बचेगा, I'll explain कैसे रहता है. I have an animation for that. So we need to make sure that we are not inside the blood vessel. The needle tip is not inside the blood vessel. For that, we need to make sure by aspirating in two planes. The amount of LA solution to be deposited in this is 0.9 to 1.8 ml. To be deposited over a period of 30 to 60 seconds. And again, slowly withdraw the needle and scoop technique se we cap the needle. And again, for the LA to act, for the PSA nerve block to act, you have to wait for 3 to 5 minutes. And then what are the signs and symptoms? In this area, basically, if we have given the block for inferior alveolar nerve or infraorbital, patient can feel the lip because it is in contact with the other normal tissue, जिसमें block नहीं हुआ है. So the patient can feel, okay, there is numbness in this region. Whereas PSA का जो region है, patient can't reach it there. Okay, tongue से भी नहीं, उंगली भी इतना नहीं लगा पाते. So the patient doesn't understand whether their block has acted or not. But you can check by instrumentation, by a probe or a instrument, check karo whether the patient has pain or not. Okay, so that is the objective symptoms, objective signs. So I'm going to show you a video of my own. So you can see I am applying. So before any nerve block, you're going to prepare the tissue, clean the tissue, and then use a cotton bud, or what I do sometimes is just take a small gauze, hold it in an artery forceps or a needle holder, soak it with a topical anesthetic, जो spray आता है, and then I apply. मैं spray directly नहीं करता हूँ because it flows down. So I absorb it in the gauze and then I apply pressure with the topical soaked gauze. Okay. So because of the two things are here are that you need to understand is one, topical से the epithelium is getting anesthetized. Second, बहुत देर तक आप बैठते हो तो क्या होता है, numb हो जाता है. So because of the pressure, long term pressure की वजह से वहाँ पे numbness आ जाता है because of pressure anesthesia. That is called as pressure anesthesia. So here two things are at play. That is the topical anesthetic agent. Second, pressure anesthesia. So once I keep the pressure with the topical anesthetic for approximately 1 minute. And once I'm done with that, I take the gauze out and then I insert the needle there. And the patient has zero pain. So I'm applying pressure and at the same site, I'm inserting the needle, aspirating in two planes and then deposit the LA solution. Okay. And we withdraw it. So this was the technique PSA. Now, what are the conditions in which we can fail to achieve anesthesia with PSA? It is a very easy technique. Even if you don't insert the needle till 16 mm depth also, the LA solution will still be deposited at the posterior wall of the maxillary sinus, not maxilla, posterior wall of the maxilla. Even if you have not anesthetized the PSA nerve, and in case you want to operate on 8 or 7, that is third molar or second molar, वो LA वहाँ पे flow होके भी local infiltration की तरह act हो जाएगा. So it is very hard, it is very difficult to fail with PSA nerve block. Okay, so you are going to achieve anesthesia and PSA nerve block in 99% of the cases. And in cases where you fail to achieve anesthesia, mostly it is the improper positioning of the needle. Okay, so you can see तीनों में यही चीज है. Needle is too lateral, that can lead to mandibular anesthesia. Needle is too high, or needle is too far posterior. Because of the too far posterior position, we might cause hematoma. Okay, So in तीनों के cases में the thing that we need to correct is the direction of the needle. That's it. Okay. Complications, hematoma. As I told you, we might damage the maxillary artery or pterygoid plexus of veins, and that can lead to hematoma that might appear in the inferior border of the mandible region. Just the discoloration. Swelling intraorally दिखेगी, but the discoloration might be seen in this region. Okay. Now, how do we manage this? अगर complication हो भी गया, hematoma हो गया है, अब patient को तो नहीं बोल सकते जाओ. You have to do something. To be honest, कुछ कर नहीं सकते इसमें, because we have the if you have read something during your NEET preparation, hematoma में we apply pressure over the bleeding site, right, to stop the hematoma, to stop further increase in size. But in this, you can't apply the pressure over the maxillary artery or pterygoid plexus because it is behind the maxilla. Laterally, we have the zygomatic bone and the ramus of the mandible. आप pressure कैसे लगाओगे? You can't do anything, right? So you just tell the patient that it is a self-limiting condition and it will resolve within 7 to 10 days maximum. Okay. So this is a normal thing, nothing to be afraid about. Of course, if the patient has a history, जो मैंने बताया था, bleeding disorders, anticoagulant therapy or hepatic failure, hepatitis or chronic liver cirrhosis, ये सारी condition में if there is hematoma, refer the patient to a medical specialty and they are going to manage it. Okay. So then next is mandible anesthesia. We've already talked about this. When we keep the needle not in proper position, inward नहीं रखा, ऐसा नहीं बोल रहे कि बहुत ज़्यादा outward needle की direction. No, we just kept the needle position slightly lateral to the site of the injection. Okay, slightly lateral. So in that condition, the needle is closer to the mandibular nerve, and in that condition, what you're going to see is lower lip anesthesia. Okay, so in the उसमें भी बस यही बोलना है patient को that this is not that uncommon. This happens in many patients, and this is a self-limiting condition. Within 2 to 3 hours, it will go away. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay? So this was the complication of PSA. Now we come to an important nerve block, that is infraorbital nerve block. So it is also called as anterior superior alveolar nerve block. So let's talk about the branches. This is the infraorbital nerve in the infraorbital canal. Okay, and it comes out on the face through the infraorbital foramen, and then as soon as it comes out of the infraorbital foramen, it branches out into 3 branches, that is superior labial, inferior palpebral and lateral nasal. And inside the infraorbital canal, we have 2 branches, that is MSA, middle superior alveolar, and ASA. And as it comes out, it has the 3 branches. So what are the nerves anesthetized in if we block the infraorbital nerve? Of course, the terminal branches, inferior palpebral, superior labial and lateral nasal, and the 2 branches that are in the infraorbital canal, that is ASA and MSA. Okay? Easy? Now, what are the areas anesthetized? If you understand, yes, these are the nerves anesthetized. So, and if you know what are the areas supplied by this, you can easily write the areas anesthetized. So, inferior palpebral supplies the lower eyelid, superior labial, upper lip, and the soft tissue, labial soft tissue in relation to the teeth, that is central incisor to the premolars, and lateral nasal, the lateral portion of the nose. Okay, so these are all the areas that are going to be anesthetized. Then ASA and MSA. ASA supplies the central incisor to the canine, that is pulpal anesthesia and the bone, and MSA supplies the pulpal anesthesia to the premolars, and in 28% of the cases, mesiobuccal root of the first molar. Okay. So what are the areas anesthetized? We have already discussed. Buccal periodontium, pulpal anesthesia to the maxillary teeth, that are the central, lateral, canine, premolar, and mesiobuccal root of the first molar. So what are the indications? The same thing. If we have a larger surgical area, if there is infection, when we cannot give local infiltration, so we are going to go for nerve blocks. Contraindications: small surgical area, there is no need for an infraorbital nerve block. Now remember this, in maxilla, and आपको अगर सिर्फ labial या buccal anesthesia करना है, then it is always advised in a smaller surgical area, in buccal or labial anesthesia, it is preferable to give local infiltration as compared to nerve blocks, because nerve blocks may we have some complications, whereas infiltration may there are no complications. Okay, so if there is a smaller surgical area in labial or buccal aspect, you're going to prefer local infiltration, and in palate you're going to prefer a nerve block as compared to local infiltration. I'm going to talk about this बाद में detail में. So smaller surgical area and when hemostasis is undesirable. So you are operating in the soft tissue, labial or buccal soft tissue, and you want the bleeding to be controlled. और वो छोटा सा area है. It is preferred instead of giving infraorbital, you give the LA directly as the local infiltration. So it is going to anesthetize the area, and as it has adrenaline mixed with it. वहाँ पे hemostasis भी होगा. So when you place an incision, वहाँ पे bleeding ज़्यादा नहीं होगी. Okay? So these are the contraindications. Again, alternative. This is going to repeat in everything, every nerve block. That is local infiltration alternative when a smaller surgical area is there. If a larger surgical area is there and you're not able to give an infraorbital nerve block, then you can go for maxillary nerve block. So technique. Again, as always, 25-27 gauge needle. Area of insertion is mucobuccal fold directly over the first premolar. So mucobuccal fold की height में at the first premolar. Now, remember this. The reason it is preferred to use the first premolar is because it is the shortest path. But if you want, you can insert the needle from anywhere that is central incisor to the premolar. कहीं से भी आप needle insert करो. The reason we prefer a first premolar path is because it is the shortest path. Okay? In fact, if you want, you can insert the needle through the extraoral approach. There is a technique, but the problem with this is it is going to be psychologically traumatic to the patient. Now imagine patient बैठा हुआ है, आप needle ऐसे लेके जा रहे हो. Patient will feel आँख में आ रही है needle. Okay? So it is psychologically traumatic to the patient. So it is preferred that we use the intraoral technique, that is the premolar approach. Of course, again, we can take any approach from the central incisor to the first premolar. Okay? So these are the needle insertion. What will be the position of the operator? Operator for both the side, it is going to be 10 o'clock and the patient is going to be supine. Okay? 10 o'clock. Landmarks, again, mucobuccal fold, infraorbital notch. So if you feel your infraorbital rim, यहाँ पे center में थोड़ा सा आपको notch जैसा feel होगा. That is your infraorbital notch. And वहाँ से if you palpate and come down, you'll feel the infraorbital foramen. Okay? So this is how you're going to locate the infraorbital foramen. Once you've located it, the reason it is in the landmarks is because you're going to keep your thumb here and you're going to use this position as the direction, guiding direction की needle कहाँ पे हमें proceed करना है. Okay? So these are the landmarks. So this is the notch, this is the infraorbital foramen, and this is how we insert the needle in the mucobuccal fold. So again, bevel towards the bone, depth of insertion, needle कितना insert करेंगे? 16 mm. We're going to aspirate in two planes, and the amount of LA solution to be deposited is 0.9 to 1.2 ml, 30 seconds में or 60 seconds में. Okay? So the reason we specify the time duration in which we want to deposit the LA is we want to make sure that the LA solution that we're depositing is as painless as possible. आप suddenly पूरा एक साथ deposit कर दोगे. There's sudden introduction of pressure in the soft tissue. The soft tissue is not able to adapt to the pressure. So the patient is going to experience pain. Okay? So it is preferred that you deposit the LA solution slowly so that the patient and the body, the soft tissue can adapt to the pressure. Okay? So the patient won't have any pain. So this is the technique. Again, the same thing. We insert the needle at the depth of the mucobuccal fold in the first premolar region. And another thing, let's go back. If you, these are all the landmarks given in Malamud. अगर आप दूसरे textbooks देखोगे या Monims देखोगे, they have given mental foramen, mandibular premolars, first premolar. But from what I have been doing for the last 12 years, these landmarks are more than enough. Malamud is more than enough. कोई और textbook लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. Okay? So, we've already talked about this. Yeah. So, as I told you, once you have located the foramen, you keep your thumb over there, you retract the soft tissue, and then you insert the needle and deposit the LA. Because your thumb is over the foramen, when you deposit the LA and if your needle is in correct position, you're going to feel the LA solution being deposited under your thumb. Okay? Because the soft tissue is going to be expanded. So, you're going to feel the LA solution being deposited there. Okay? So, once the LA is deposited, you're going to... So, if you just deposit the LA there and वो छोड़ देंगे, तो वो just terminal branches हैं. That is the inferior palpebral, superior labial and lateral nasal. सिर्फ वही anesthetize होंगे. We want the LA solution to go inside the foramen, into the canal and anesthetize the ASA and MSA. So, what are we going to do? Once you have deposited the LA, you're going to apply pressure with your thumb over the foramen. उसको ऐसा नहीं है, massage नहीं करना, याद रखो. You don't massage it. उसको you don't want the LA solution to spread into the adjacent tissues. You want the LA solution to go inside the foramen. तो आप बस उसको दबा के रखोगे. And you maintain this pressure while you deposit the LA solution and 2 minutes after you have deposited the LA solution. Okay? So you are forcing the LA solution inside the canal. So maintain the firm pressure, not massage. याद रखो, ऐसे ऐसे massage नहीं करना है. Just maintain a firm pressure. So what are the signs and symptoms that you're going to see? Patient को MSA और ASA से जो anesthesia होगा वो तो पता नहीं चलेगा because it is pulpal anesthesia. Patient is going to understand the numbness in the lip region, in the lower eyelid region, in the lateral portion of the nose. इतने portion में patient को numbness feel होगा. Okay? So patient is going to feel numbness in upper lip, lower eyelid and lateral portion of the nose. And objective में हर बार यही रहेगा, there won't be any pain on instrumentation. No pain on instrumentation. So what are the complications? Hematoma होता है, but it is very rare. Again, in my last 12 years of practice, मैंने आज तक infraorbital में hematoma नहीं देखा है. Even PSA में भी, in which the most common complication is hematoma, I've seen it only twice. Okay? So these are all the blocks that are very safe. So this is the infraorbital nerve block video. So you can see I'm palpating the infraorbital notch. Once I've located the infraorbital notch, I'm going to move my thumb down, locate the infraorbital foramen, and you can see I'm going to pull the soft tissue. Can you see? It is being stretched. The soft tissue is being taut, and I'm applying the topical anesthesia with the cotton bud. Again, pressure apply kiya and topical apply kiya. And then I'm going to insert the needle there. And this is for the extraction of the second premolar, maxillary second premolar. So I've deposited the, after biplanar aspiration, depositing the LA solution. And I take the syringe out, and can you see? I'm applying the constant firm thumb pressure over the site of injection. We want to force the solution inside the canal. Remember this, we want to, अगर soft tissue anesthesia नहीं भी हो, we want the pulpal anesthesia, that is more. Endo में pulpal anesthesia, in our cases, we want the soft tissue anesthesia, of course. Also the bone anesthesia in the bone region and the teeth. Okay? So this was infraorbital nerve block. Simple to follow till now? Continue kare? Okay, now we come to the greater palatine nerve block. You've already seen this image. Now, any idea greater palatine nerve block में कौन सी nerve block होगी? Greater palatine nerve. So now anesthetizes greater palatine nerve. Okay? Now, can you see? It comes out of the greater palatine foramen and it runs anteriorly and it is supplying the alveolar bone and the palatal bone till the midline. Okay? Alveolar bone supply कर रहा है and the palatal bone and the overlying soft tissue, that is the periosteum and the mucosa. Okay? And when it comes to the, अब ये तो पता चल गया alveolar bone to the midline, mediolaterally, but anteriorly कहाँ तक? Till the medial aspect of the first premolar. But the problem here is यहाँ पे we have the anastomosis of the fibers from the nasopalatine nerve and the fibers from the greater palatine nerve. Okay? So यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है कि ये तेरा area, ये मेरे area. There is a crossing over of the fibers. Okay? So there is a possibility when you block this nerve that this tooth, first premolar, might get the supply from the nasopalatine nerve also. Okay? So you might have failure to achieve anesthesia in the first premolar region because of the accessory बोल सकते हो या cross innervation of the nasopalatine nerve. Okay? So let's see, there's another image I wanted to show you. So I want to show you guys, let's go back. Okay, so I want to show you guys an image. Can you see this? This is the, which bone? Alveolar bone, that is the green. And this is the palatal bone. And at the junction of the alveolar bone and palatal bone, we have this foramen, that is the greater palatine foramen. And now ये हो गया mediolateral position. So anterior posterior positioning. This foramen is usually located at the posterior aspect of the not posterior, distal aspect of the second molar. Okay. So if you want to locate, एक line ये हो गई, एक line ये हो गई. So cross section पे we have the foramen, right? So in a patient, how are you going to locate? So this is the usual location. कई बार होता है, it is located a little medially or anteriorly, or in some cases it is located a little posteriorly. Okay. So we're going to talk about this, कैसे locate करना है. So what are the areas anesthetized? जो भी area is supplied by the greater palatine nerve and greater palatine nerve block, those are anesthetized. So bone that is in the posterior hard palate and soft tissue overlying that bone, okay, and anteriorly up to the first premolar to the midline. So this is the area shown by the yellow color and the tuberosity region. So indication, again, any surgery involving a larger area in palatal bone or palatal soft tissue. Again, as I mentioned earlier, in palate, it is preferred to give a nerve block as compared to a local infiltration. I'll tell you the reason. If you have seen the palate, let's go here. If you've seen the palate, the soft tissue is tightly attached to the bone. Okay, so you don't have any existing space for local infiltration. If you are giving local infiltration, you are pushing that soft tissue that is tightly attached to the bone away. So this is going to cause pain to the patient. Whereas we have the foramens, जहाँ पे foramen होता है, there is already a depression available there. So we have some space already present where we can deposit the LA because of the presence of a foramen. Okay, so in palate it is preferred that we give a nerve block, and in labial or buccal side it is preferred that we give local infiltration. Again, उसमें भी there's a catch. This is done in cases of shorter, smaller area. Agar larger area in the labial or buccal aspect, we are going to go for nerve blocks. Okay. So this, okay. So contraindication, again the same thing. If there is infection at the site of the surgery, so you're going to at the site of the nerve block. Okay. And if there is a smaller area to be operated on, then you can go for local infiltration. Again, this is the reason I've kept a question mark on this is because the thing that I follow is in palate, even if it is a smaller area, I'm going to go for a nerve block. Okay. Because it is less painful to the patient. And what are the alternative? Again, smaller area, you can go for local infiltration. Larger area and you're not able to give greater palatine nerve block because of infection, then you can go for high tuberosity nerve, maxillary nerve block. So what is the technique? Again, as always, 25 or 27 gauge needle, 27 is preferred. The reason it is narrower as compared to 25 gauge needle. But if you follow the technique, apply topical anesthetic and then insert the needle, so the patient won't be able to differentiate between 25 and 27 gauge needle. Okay. Then area of insertion, you have located the foramen. I'll show you the video कैसे locate करना. But suppose you have located the foramen जहाँ पे है. So you're going to insert the needle around 2 to 3 mm anterior to the foramen. Okay. For example, this is the foramen. You're going to insert the needle here. So when you insert the needle here, when you proceed, the final position of the needle tip is going to be over the foramen. Okay. So in the soft tissue, it is going to be the insertion is going to be 2 to 3 mm anterior to the foramen. So target area, again, the greater palatine nerve as it exits the greater palatine foramen and passes anteriorly between the soft tissue and hard tissue of the palate. What are the landmark? Greater palatine foramen. We all know greater palatine foramen is at the junction of the alveolar bone and the palatine bone, usually present distal to the second molar. Okay. Then orientation of the bevel usually towards the bone or towards the soft tissue, and the operator position 8 o'clock or so. Can you see this? For left side it is 11 o'clock. For right side it is 8 o'clock. 11 o'clock, 8 o'clock. समझ आ रहा है? Just exactly posterior to the head of the patient, it is 12 o'clock, 11, 10. It is like a clock. Okay. So patient position is supine, and mouth should be open wide. And you're going to approach the. Can you see this? You're going to approach the site from the opposite side. If you're giving block on the left side, you're going to insert the needle, approach from the opposite side. So technique, again, you're going to use a mirror handle or a cotton swab to locate the foramen. I'll just go to the video. Yeah. So what you're going to do is, this is the alveolar bone, this is the palatine bone, okay, in the patient. So you're going to start the palpation at this line, this junction, with a mouth mirror handle or a cotton swab. You're going to put it here, and while applying slight pressure, you're going to move backward until you feel a depression of the greater palatine foramen. So this is the foramen abhi dikha raha hai. So we're going to start the palpation, apply pressure and go back. You'll feel some depression in the greater palatine foramen area. So now that you have located the foramen area, you're going to insert the needle there from the opposite side. So again, as always, ये सारी चीजें common है, तो I'm going to run through them. Prepare the tissue, clean the area, and apply topical anesthetic. That is it. And then 2 minutes Once you apply the topical anesthetic with pressure, there will be some ischemia. Try to keep the topical anesthetic for 2 minutes. I keep it for 1 minute. It is more than enough. And then again, advance the syringe from the opposite side and insert the needle 1 to 2 mm anterior to the foramen. So how much LA solution is to be deposited? That is 0.45 to 0.6 ml over a duration of 30 seconds. And after you've deposited the LA, wait for 2 to 3 minutes for the LA local anesthesia to act. Okay. So what are the signs and symptoms? Numbness in the posterior portion of the palate, in the soft tissue. And objective, again the same thing, there won't be any pain on instrumentation. आप instrument लगाओगे, patient को pain नहीं होगा. So failure to achieve anesthesia. I've already told you about this. Because of the anastomosis of the fibers of the nasopalatine and the greater palatine, there is a possibility that you might have failure to achieve anesthesia in the first premolar region. Okay? So in the first premolar region, there might be reason for failure to achieve anesthesia. And then in complications, we use local anesthesia usually, that is mixed with adrenaline. Okay? So in rare cases, if you have local anesthesia with a higher concentration of adrenaline and you have deposited the LA solution with high pressure, 0.4 to 0.6 ml deposit करना, but आपने ज़्यादा LA deposit कर दिया. So because of the pressure from the LA solution and the vasoconstriction from the adrenaline, वहाँ पे there will be ischemia, blood supply is compromised in the palate, and that can lead to necrosis. Okay? So let's see. This is how the necrosis after greater palatine nerve block looks like. Hematoma, again, it is very rare because the palatal soft tissue is tightly attached to the bone. तो वहाँ पे कुछ what is the management of hematoma? We apply pressure over the bleeding site. यहाँ पे already pressure apply हो रहा है. As the bleeding increases in size, automatically वो pressure increase होता जा रहा है, तो bleeding stops immediately. So it is very, very rare, and होता भी है तो it is a self-limiting condition. And if you have not deposited the LA at correct position, or the LA solution ज़्यादा deposit किया and it flows backwards, so you might see soft tissue anesthesia in the soft palate region. So this is the video, my video. So you can see I have already located the foramen with the mouth mirror handle. So this is the side where we are going to insert the needle. I'm going to apply topical anesthetic with a small gauze that is soaked with topical anesthetic spray. And you can see when I insert the needle and when I deposit the LA, keep an eye on this region. This is going to turn slightly whitish because of the pressure from the LA solution. अभी तो मैंने biplanar aspiration किया था. So it is going to stop. So compare this and this. This is comparatively whiter, paler. So this is ischemia that you need to see. Okay, once you start seeing this, stop and withdraw the needle. Okay. And once so another thing, what I do is, textbook mein nahi milega, when I withdraw the needle, some LA solution, 1 or 2 drops, they come out. Okay. If we don't suction those drops, it goes into the patient's throat and it is very bitter in taste. बहुत कड़वा होता है. So it will be uncomfortable to the patient. So now most of my assistants, they know when I'm giving greater palatine nerve block, they have to keep the suction close by. Okay. So this was your greater palatine nerve block. Now we come to the nasopalatine nerve block. Again, आपको पता है कहाँ से निकल रहा है? Incisive foramen, we deposit the LA there. But इसमें भी there are some, you can say, fineness. So again, nerve anesthetized, it is nasopalatine nerve as it comes out of the incisive foramen. So it is supplying palatal bone and soft tissue from canine to canine bilaterally. Okay. So area anesthetized is bone that is in the anterior hard palate and soft tissue overlying the canine to canine in the palate region. So you're going to see this diagram in your textbooks. Yellow portion shows the area anesthetized, that is from canine to canine, distal of one side of the canine to distal of the other side in the palate, soft tissue and the bone. So indication, again the same thing, any surgery involving the anterior palate, be it bone surgery or soft tissue surgery. Contraindication, again, if there is infection in that region, or if you don't want anesthesia in such a larger area, you can go for infiltration. Again, question mark लगा के रखा है मैंने for the reason because I don't follow this. So alternative, as always, local infiltration and maxillary nerve block, that is only unilateral. Now, if you see, let's go back. this, before entering the nasopalatine canal, we have the fibers coming from both the sides. They unify into a single nerve and then they come out and supply the anterior palate. Okay. So if you block the maxillary nerve on one side, so सिर्फ एक side का ही palatal anesthesia होगा in the anterior palate. Okay. So that is why we have this maxillary nerve block, but only unilaterally. That is the alternative. So what are the techniques? You're going to insert the needle in the incisive lateral to the incisive papilla. Why do we don't want to insert the needle in the incisive papilla? Because this has a rich sensory innervation. So it is very sensitive. आप ऐसे palate पे भी ऐसे touch करोगे, you're going to feel it more than the usual in the other areas of the mouth. So this is very sensitive. So if you insert needle directly in the incisive papilla, patient को बहुत ज़्यादा pain होगा. Patient is going to be in a lot of pain. So that is why we want to avoid inserting the needle here. That is why we insert needle here and approach at a 45-degree angulation. So once you have inserted the needle, you're going to, the needle tip is going to be overlying the foramen. So basically in nasopalatine nerve block, there are two blocks, single needle puncture or multiple. There are two approaches basically, single needle penetration and multiple needle penetration. Single needle penetration, in this we directly deposit the LA solution over the incisive foramen. Again 27 gauge needle, palatal mucosa just lateral, जैसा मैंने बताया, lateral to the incisive papilla. What are the target area? Incisive foramen beneath the incisive papilla. Landmark central incisor, because we're going to insert the we're going to deposit the LA in the incisive papilla, that is palatal to the central incisor. Chewing gum khale. And bevel towards the soft tissue. नींद आ रही है बेचारे को. Okay. Position, be it right or be it left side, it is going to be, the operator position is going to be the same for both the sides, that is 10 o'clock position. And the patient's neck, patient is supine and the neck is totally extended, mouth open wide. Okay. Something like this. Can you see? The neck is totally extended, mouth is open wide. The patient and the operator is sitting behind the patient, that is 11 o'clock, and inserting the needle. Okay, ये change क्यों नहीं हो रहा? हाँ. So again the same thing, prepare the tissue, clean the area and apply the topical anesthetic and insert the needle lateral to the incisive papilla, approaching it at a 45-degree angulation, and the depth of insertion, needle insertion is going to be maximum of 5 mm. 5 mm से कम ही रहेगा, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं जाएगा. Again aspirate in 2 planes. Again prepare the papilla, prepare the area and approach the site at a 45-degree angulation. And once you have deposited the LA, you wait for 2 to 3 minutes. Deposit the LA 0.4 ml in 30 seconds. Signs and symptoms, again, numbness in the anterior palate, that is the objective symptoms. Subjective symptoms and objective, no pain on instrumentation. So, what are the precautions? Do not insert the needle directly in the incisive papilla because patient is going to have a lot of pain. And ज़्यादा fast needle LA solution deposit नहीं करना है, because again the palatal soft tissue is tightly attached to the bone. So if you deposit the LA too fast, patient is going to have pain. And ज़्यादा LA solution deposit नहीं करना है for the same reason, because patient को pressure feel होगा, pain होगा. And yeah, let's see. Okay, so can you see this? This is the cross section, CT scan of the patient's palate. This is the nasopalatine canal. This is the incisive foramen. So instead of going at an angulation, if you go straight and if you don't feel any resistance and you're going to, you keep on inserting the needle, you might go into the nasal floor. Okay, you might puncture the nasal floor, and nasal floor, we breathe in and out microorganisms also along with the air. So it might open up this area to infections from the nose. Okay, so that might lead to, if you over insert the needle, it might puncture the nasal floor and lead to infection. So basically complication, again, rarely it is hematoma, necrosis of the palatal soft tissue, either if you have a higher concentration of adrenaline or if you have deposited a lot of LA solution, amount of LA is more, then you might have necrosis of the soft tissue. किसी का ये हुआ है, आप nasopalatine दे रहे हैं and suddenly the syringe gets separated from the needle. Let me see if I have a video. So something like this, you're depositing the LA and suddenly it separates and सारी जगह पे LA फैल जाता है. So the reason the space available in the nasopalatine region to deposit the LA is very minimal. Okay, आप थोड़ा सा LA दबा रहे हैं and you're applying too much force to deposit some more amount of LA. Then you're going to see squat back in the needle. So again, multiple needle penetrations में क्या है? Now, as I told you earlier, incisive papilla is highly innervated, sensory innervation ज़्यादा है. So if you insert the needle there or around the area, patient को pain ज़्यादा होता है. So what we do is, we have something called a multiple needle penetration. What we are going to do is, first is, we're going to deposit the LA solution in the labial frenum. यहाँ पे, we wait for a few minutes. Because of this LA solution, this papilla gets anesthetized. Okay, this infiltration. Once this is anesthetized, we're going to insert the needle perpendicular through this papilla, labial papilla. And we're going to position the needle tip in the palatal papilla. Okay, so once you anesthetize this palatal papilla and incisive papilla, then you can insert the needle directly in the incisive papilla. Okay, तब patient को pain नहीं होगा because we have already anesthetized the papilla, the soft tissue. Then we can deposit the LA without any pain to the patient with multiple needle penetration. Okay. Now we come to the maxillary nerve block, जिसमें सब में हमने दिखाया था अभी तक. Alternative is maxillary nerve block. I'm going to run through it quite rapidly. Now, can you see this? This is the pterygopalatine fossa. In that, we have the maxillary nerve, which gives the branches, that is infraorbital nerve and the PSA. Okay. Now, PSA and greater palatine भी आता है, यहाँ पे दिख नहीं रहा है. So, this infraorbital gives out ASA, MSA, ASA and the terminal branches. And इसकी branches और भी हैं, that is nasopalatine and greater palatine and PSA. Suppose if we deposit the LA solution here in the pterygopalatine fossa, we're going to block all of the maxilla on one side. Okay. So these are all the branches of the maxillary nerve, relevant branches. There are other zygomatic branch or postganglionic fibers from the pterygopalatine ganglion, but वो अभी काम का नहीं है. These are the relevant branches that we need to worry about. So if we block the maxillary nerve in that region, these branches, they are automatically blocked. Okay. And this is the easiest, one of the easiest actually. If you go for high tuberosity approach, greater palatine थोड़ा सा technique sensitive है. So anyways, there are two approaches to maxillary nerve block. We're going to first talk about high tuberosity. Remember, it is almost identical to the PSA nerve block. इसमें सिर्फ दो differences हैं. Let me, हाँ. So same, we are going to use a long needle. PSA में short needle use किया था. Whereas area of insertion in PSA, it was depth of the mucobuccal fold at the second molar region. Whereas in this, it is distal to the maxillary second molar. Okay, distal aspect of the maxillary second molar. ये difference है. Or you can say third molar region में करना है insert. And depth of needle penetration is 30 mm, whereas in PSA it was 16 mm. So basically यहाँ पे तीन differences हो गए. Long needle, site of insertion is different and the depth of penetration is different. Okay, so if you follow this, your needle is directly going to be in the pterygopalatine fossa. Let me show you another image. Looks like there's no image. So basically, if you follow this technique, the needle is going to be in the pterygopalatine fossa where we have the maxillary nerve. So you're going to block the maxillary nerve. Again, the same thing, वहाँ पे we have the maxillary artery and the pterygoid plexus of veins. So if we are going to give a nerve block, that is maxillary nerve block, using the high tuberosity approach, there is an increased risk of hematoma. So same logic applies here. If the patient is at a risk of increased hemorrhage, you're going to avoid this. So greater palatine canal approach, ना इसमें दिखाऊंगे. So basically इसमें क्या है, greater palatine foramen locate करना, and we just insert the needle completely. Around 30 mm needle insertion होगा. And let me show you. Can you see? We inserted a needle and it is visible here. So we have the maxillary nerve there. So we can deposit the LA and we can achieve the maxillary nerve block through this approach. So I'll run through this. So basically, it starts with the greater palatine nerve block. You locate the foramen, you give the block. Again, same technique, opposite side से approach करेंगे. We deposit the LA solution. Same thing, we locate the foramen and we deposit the 0.5 ml solution. So to block the area first, because most of the time you're not going to achieve the 30 mm insertion in one go. There will be some bony obstruction because you're inserting the needle in the canal. So there will be some obstructions. You're going to manipulate the needle. So you need to make sure palatal soft tissue is anesthetized. Patient को pain नहीं होना चाहिए. So you insert the needle, give a palatal greater palatine nerve block, and then you insert the needle up to 30 mm inside the greater palatine canal. Now, उसमें भी when you are inserting the needle, make sure if you feel the resistance, you try and change the direction of the needle. Don't force it in. Okay? The reason एक है कि 15% केसेस में वो कनाल ही ब्लॉक्ड रहता है नॉर्मली, तो उसमें वैसे भी नहीं जाएगा. सेकंड है इफ द नीडल डायरेक्शन इज स्लाइटली चेंज्ड. ओके, एंड मैंने आपको पहले बताया था बिकॉज यहाँ पे वी हैव द ऑर्बिट, राइट, इट इज क्लोज टू द साइट ऑफ द टेरिगोपैलेटाइन फोसा. So needle direction change हो गया and the orbital floor is quite thin and you might force through the needle through the orbital floor and needle is now in the orbit. Yeah. So this is the orbit. So you're inserting the needle, you might insert the needle in the orbital floor. And यहाँ पे अगर आपने insert कर दी needle, you might introduce bleeding because of the damage to the internal structures. वहाँ पे bleeding होगा तो retrobulbar hemorrhage होगा. You might see it as proptosis and patient might lose vision. That is one. You might have abducens nerve, यहाँ पे abducens nerve होती है which supplies the lateral rectus muscle. So patient को diplopia हो सकता है. We have the optic nerve coming here. So for the duration of the local anesthesia action, जब तक वहाँ पे local anesthesia का action है, the optic nerve, one side the patient will have blindness because वहाँ से जो भी signal था vision का, it is not going to pass through because of the local anesthesia. So these are the things that you need to avoid. द सेम थिंग मैक्सिलरी नर्व ब्लॉक में सब्जेक्टिव, जितने भी एरियाज आपको पता है अभी तक के सारे ब्लॉक से सब कंबाइन करके बता दो. सो नमनेस इन द अपर लिप, लोअर आईलिड, लैटरल पोर्शन ऑफ द नोज. सब्जेक्टिव में देयर इज नो पेन इन द पैलेट रीजन, लेबियल म्यूकोजा, टीथ. ओके, कॉम्प्लिकेशन मैंने बताया, पेनिट्रेशन ऑफ द ऑर्बिट स्पेशली इन केसेस वेयर स्कल इज स्मॉलर. अभी तक जो मैंने अनदर थिंग, अभी तक जो मैंने नीडल इंसर्शन डेप्थ बताई, in PSA it was 16 mm, in this it was 30 mm. It is for an average individual, average size skull. If you feel the patient has a smaller skull as compared to an average skull, so that depth of insertion should be reduced. Okay, and if the patient comes with a larger skull, you're going to increase the depth of insertion. Okay, so जो value होते हैं, these are the average values. So you might see proptosis because आपने solution deposit कर दिया वहाँ पे. So the LA, because of the pressure from the LA solution, the eye might be popped out. Okay, proptosis. Again, as the LA solution is removed from the site, it is self-limiting. Okay, abducens nerve, it might lead to diplopia, optic nerve blockade, transient loss of vision, and retrobulbar hemorrhage. This is important. This is important to manage as soon as possible because this can lead to permanent loss of vision. For that, इसको मैनेज करने के लिए इमरजेंसी में we'll have to do something called as lateral canthotomy. We have the medial and lateral canthus of the eye in the globe. Lateral canthus कट कर देते हैं so that the eye can move in or out. So जो pressure है वो उतना ज़्यादा build up नहीं होगा. Okay. So again the same thing, penetration of the orbit and penetration of the nasal cavity. जहाँ पे हम insert कर रहे हैं, superiorly we have the orbit and laterally, not laterally, medially we have the nasal cavity. So again, if you force through, we might redirect the needle and force the needle through the lateral nasal wall and introduce it into the nasal cavity. Again, this is not very life-threatening to the patient. It is more of a nuisance to the patient. Then we have the maxillary nerve block, extraoral approach. In this, we insert the needle through the sigmoid notch. This is the sigmoid notch. We insert the needle. We hit the lateral pterygoid plate. We withdraw 5 mm, redirect it towards the pterygopalatine fossa and deposit the LA solution. I'm not going to go into the detail. So this is the approach. So this was your maxillary nerve blocks.